Good evening, everybody. Well, I'm sorry this video is coming out late, but I had a really tiring day. Cat's jaw is not doing too hot. We're doing blood work. Got to figure out um, if she's gonna make it or not. You know, we'll know in the next few days when they get the blood work returned. That being said, why am I showing you what time it is? You always know it's a problem when I gotta show you what time it is. Well, the reason I'm showing you what time it is, which is 11:20 on Sunday, June 24th, is because I want to talk about a particular comment that I had received on my channel. And the reason I'm going to talk about, I usually don't like commenting on comments because it's kind of like meta, but in this case I think that there's something that can be kind of construed and learned from this. This comment comes from a person called Jaden Storm, who apparently runs basically runs a YouTube channel, I guess, about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So it's fine. Like, that's cool. Like, I like that. It's interesting. Yeah, they have more subscribers than me, which is cool. So I'm thankful that they took their time to comment on my channel. However, I will have to say, so here's the comment in question. In response to my two Griffin and the Statistics of Hate video. You are probably the most blatant idiotic moron I've ever met. Instead of reading what you think you see, just read what the frickin' words. He stated his facts, provided proof. You double-checked him, admitted he was right, then said he was lying. Tatcher, think before you open your mouth, Christ. So, that's an interesting statement, because I never really said he was lying. I said he might be misleading his audience, and that was based on my idea that, like, his statistics were wrong. So basically, let's backpedal a little bit. To the Reggie Griffin made a tweet in early 2018 comparing hate crime statistics to pool statistics. I did a 27-minute and 54-second response video, sort of not really. It was sort of like one of those pseudo, like, directed at to, but not really directed at to. It was more like trying to explain to the audience, like, here are the two statistics, here where they come from, and they're not really being construed in the correct manner. In response, Mr. Griffin had made a video called Birdbox 9 Responding to Tantru, where he, takes his point and he counters what I said. The biggest takeaway from it, so biggest summary here, in the 27 minutes and 54 seconds, basically I take the fact that his hate crime incident statistic of 6,000 and something only dealt with the major metropolitan areas, where his pool statistics, his pool fatality statistics, were for the entire continental United States. So I said, you're not comparing apples to apples. His response was, yeah, I'm not, I guess you're right, I wasn't comparing apples to apples. So I should take the entire continental statistics of hate crimes, but only pay attention to fatalities, since, I'm only paying attention to pool fatalities, not like pool, like, incidences, like almost drownings or something like that. So that was a fair response. It's some would go, is moving the goalpost, but it's moving the goalpost in a direction that he wanted to take it to, and that's fine. So, interestingly enough, so, like, what Jaden Storm doesn't realize here, though, is that he activated my trap card. He's a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so I think he understands what that means. So, the reason I'm making this video is because I'm a small channel. I only have 469 subscribers, and with that small channel comes something called Google Analytics. If there is somebody watching my videos after, like, a month or so after they're posted, like, I can pretty much tell you how long that they watched that video. So for those of you who run YouTubes and don't understand this, there's an analytics tab here, and it shows you a lot of stuff: watch time, impressions, all this other stuff. For a larger YouTube channel of millions of subscribers, you're not going to be able to do what I'm about to do. But for a smaller channel such as myself, you can go through and look at these things and pretty much figure out how long somebody took to do this. So if Jaden Storm here in this comment of calling me a blatant moron, what you think you see and read the fucking word, blah, blah, blah. Now, these words to me jumped out because here's the thing. And this is an important theme that's going to be the theme of this video. I do something that's called listening. I actually listen to people, which is more important than the freedom of speech part, because freedom of speech is great. But if you're not listening to people, then speech is completely useless, irregardless of what you're doing. And I think this is a problem in not just the left and the right. This is a human problem. Not being able to listen can be the... Now, the reason I thought that this comment sounded familiar is because Birdbox9 at about the 1828 mark...
In the same video, he takes my statement, finds the numbers on the internet, he finds out they're from where I said they were, verifies it in the video, even puts a link to that information in the description of his video. And now he's saying I made it all up. Two says this thing, and I found out it's true. But he's still making it up. It's the perfect crime. At this point, he has to know that he's either full of shit or he's lying and he just doesn't remember it. From this point, it basically falls apart into nothing.
So that was his assessment of my video, which is basically what Jaden's comment is a little bit reworded, all right? So to me, I can tell that he watched To the Ranting Griffin's video up to the 18-minute and 57 mark, okay? So because basically, that's basically what he said there, right? He provided proof and he double-checked him and admitted he was right and blah, blah, blah. So, and then called me a liar, which is what Tu did. Basically what I did was, as I was assessing, like, why he's comparing apple to oranges statistics, to my like, not to my credit, but to my, sort of thing, I did sort of indicate that he was misleading his audience, where he may have well just been ignorant of the fact that the two statistics that he was taking was two different sample sizes, which obviously that was the case. And I should have, put more to the, I should have put more emphasis on the fact that he could have been ignorant to that fact instead of making the leap that he was, misleading his audience. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair critique. The issue here is that Jaden Storm watched 18 minutes. We've got that, right? So he made this comment 3 days ago, right? 3 days ago. So this is where this comes into play. So 3 days ago from June 24th, 2018, that's for like East or Pacific time, right? So this is Eastern time. So here we have my analytics for this video, for my To the Granty Griffin, the one he left the comment on, for June 16th, 2018 to June 22nd, 2018. So, here we have the amount of time watched, 5 minutes. But that's not one day. That's not the day, that's the entire week. From June 16th to June 22nd. Alright? So, 5 minutes. And the video I posted was 27 minutes and 54 seconds long. Probably about 10 minutes longer than it should be, quite honestly. I'm never going to get that time back. So, why is this important? Because anybody who left a comment in the past 7 days didn't watch my whole video. They can't assess whether or not, my arguments are sound. They're just basically making the statement off of the other thing. Now, the fact that Jaden's words here are basically a almost copy-paste of Birdbox9 18 minutes and 18 seconds in sort of shows me that he's on, Tu's side, which is fair. That's fine. It's fair and fine if he watched both videos, did an analysis, and thought, I've watched both videos and they're full, and To the Ranting Griffin's correct. To the Ranting Griffin called all this BS. I'm going to make and I'm going to make that statement, because I just wasted, almost an hour watching two old men yell at each other on the internet. So, that's fine. I would be fine with that. But the honest truth is that this didn't happen. In fact, I'm going to tell you that I know that Jaden Storm is from Poland. Or at least his VPN is pointing to Poland. I don't know which, but I'm going to show you how I know this. All right? So 5 minutes. All right, so it's probably here. because like it takes a while to type a comment like that, so he couldn't have just like paused it at like 2 seconds in. All right, so let's click here. When I click on the date button, this is a cool little video because it actually shows you how to use Google Analytics as well. We can show that the total time of watch time was 1 minute and 49 seconds for June 22nd. All right. Now, if I scroll down here, we have a total number of 4 views. 4 views. All right. So scroll down even further just in case you can't see it. We have Norway at 1 minute and 12 seconds. We have Poland at 31 seconds. We have the United States at 2 seconds for 2 views. So basically 2 people are like 1 second in, they're like clicking off of it. Like, no, I'm out. They're like, I don't want to watch this video again. And then nothing from an unknown region. I don't know why they posted that. So I'm going to assess that it's the guy from Poland. How do I know this? Well, there's another thing that you can look up here. And that's called traffic sources. Where did these videos come from? How did these people find this video? Okay, so judging by the fact that Jaden Storm's comment here is basically a copy paste of the Bird Box 9 response, I have to assume that they came from Bird Box 9, right? Because that's where they're taking their position from. All right. So we have suggested videos here. We have a total watch time of 2 minutes, 3 views. We have the view duration of 34 seconds. Okay, so I click on this. And we get Bird Box 9, traffic source, response to Tantru. 3 views, average view duration 34 seconds. Congratulations, Jane Storm. You watched 34 seconds of my video, 18 minutes of Two's video, and then analyzed both, and then made a decision to make a comment on my channel indicating that I'm the biggest moron in the world. Let me just say this. The comment section is closed on the hate crimes video. All right? No good can come to leaving it open. And the reason is this. The internet users need to learn if the internet users are going to call for individuals to have an open debate and an open discussion about certain things, they need to take the time to watch both sides. It's a shocking thing, right? It's amazing to me how the internet is like demanding both sides debate something, both sides discuss something, both sides have a conversation about something. But at the end of the day, when 2 people have 2 different videos and they have 2 different viewpoints, people on the internet are going to go to the one they're comfortable with, watch that whole thing, take that person's word for it in the response video, and then not even watch the full thing of the full video to understand if there's a different context or if 2 is misreading something. Because, hey, I misread something about his original tweet. He misread something about my response. That happens, all right? So if you take the time to analyze things yourself, then you can come up with your thing. Because here's the thing. You're from Poland, and Russia people, here's the thing, you're bordering Russia. Russia loves people like this. Russia loves individuals who will take somebody's well-edited, well-crafted message and then take all the humanity out of something and then just sort of go with the flow. You understand what I'm saying? Like they will eat that up. They will eat it up for breakfast. Politicians love individuals who just take one side's word for it and won't watch 3 seconds of the other side because that might make them thinky too much. There was a lot of other things that I covered in my hate crime statistics video that was not covered by Bird Box's response. One particular and very important point that I had made in that video that 2 didn't touch with a 99.5-foot pole was that hate crime is attack on sentence in the United States. That people plea bargain out of hate crimes because hate crimes are attack on sentence. It's like saying, well, if you want, it's like, and basically it's a plea bargaining chip, right? The United States has a problem with criminal, like with using the justice system as sort of a you know, as sort of a way to make a profit. And one of the ways that they weasel people into, you know, giving up their freedom is by tacking on additional sentencing and then plea bargaining it, like, and putting extensive sentencing on smaller crimes. That way people can have room to plea bargain it down to a smaller amount of time, but it would save the court system time and money if they plea bargain, so they want people to plea bargain. You know what I mean? That's a problem, right? And that's the problem that two, in his response, didn't touch with a 99.5-foot pole, which is it should be a concern of both parties. It should be a concern of both political parties that something like that is happening, where freedom is a bargaining chip, that our sentencing is being used as a bargaining chip. That was completely missed. You completely missed that one, Jaden, because you only watched 30 seconds of my video. 30 seconds. Let's see. It was 30 just then. I'm going to try and explain to you the entirety of hate crime statistics in 30 seconds. Hate crimes are an additional crime that come on top of everything, that come on top of a normal crime, right? And so, you know, people don't have statistics on it because proving motivation of hate crimes is actually pretty difficult to prove motivations like that. And since it tacks on an additional sentence, people don't want it, so people will normally plea bargain out of it. Oh, 30 seconds is up. I tried my best, guys. I tried my best. But this is why I don't believe people when they tell me, when some people say, well, if you just debate the other side, they'll, and because here's the thing. YouTube is a beautiful platform. We can talk our asses off for 20 minutes without interruption, without somebody dominating the conversation, without somebody going, I'm going to dominate the conversation because I'm older and louder than you, which is how it happens when you have such conversations on, you know, the big cable networks. When you have the people who are like on the quote-unquote other side on, is that it gets into a shouting match and then nothing of importance actually gets said. So, to me, this is the best of both worlds. You can watch somebody in their entirety of what they're saying. You can watch somebody in their entirety of what they're saying over there. And you can do that. But the trap card has been activated, and I am deactivating comments on the Hate Crime Statistics video, and I'm going to make a pinned comment pointing to this video, indicating why the comment section is closed. You lose. Good day, sirs. Anyways, I think that in the general summation of things, one should understand, A, you're being recorded when you watch videos on channels, and some jerk is going to break the fourth wall and say, hey, I'm going to use the stats to make a point about something here. And so just be careful when you're on the internet, because people are going to make mistakes. Now, Jaden Storm, like, hopefully, I haven't watched any of your Yu-Gi-Oh videos because I don't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh, quite honestly. The only thing I know about Yu-Gi-Oh is the abridged series. And that's freaking, my hair thinks it's hilarious. But it was the one before Team 4-Star became into the whole Dragon Ball thing. I can't wait for their season finale on the Cell Saga. That's something I really look forward to. I know they've been having a rough time of it all, trying to find places and stuff. But anyways, that's another tangent. But at the end of the day, if we're going to have conversations, or if we're going to have commentary about two old men yelling on the internet, my suggestion would be watch more than 34 seconds of the video before you echo talking points from the other side, and just like, because that's not what the comment section is for. Like, in my mind, the comment section is for commenting on the video you just watched, not commenting on some other old man's video that you just watched and decided that my video was a place where you could somehow comment on his video. I'm glad you liked To the Ranting Griffin's video, but this isn't To the Ranting Griffin's video. This is my video. All right? Don't talk to me as if I didn't watch his whole freaking counter response. All right? All right, kid. All right. Well, I don't know if you're a kid. You probably. It's like, I don't know, man. But it just seems like you are, because you didn't have attention retention, or anything like this. So it's just like, do your due diligence. If anything, I guess if anything, the whole thing is, don't take anyone's word for anything. Don't take my word for anything. Don't take To the Ranting Griffin's word for anything. This is something To the Ranting Griffin won't tell you. Do not take anyone's word for anything. And by the way, he in his response video to me, he insinuated that I am a cult or a member of a cult or some nonsense at the end, or through passive aggressive means. Here's something a cult won't tell you. You need to take the time to look up this stuff yourself. One of the biggest points and one of the biggest things about the YouTube Hate Crime Statistics video was basically, when you see somebody using numbers at you and throwing numbers at you, you can look up those numbers yourself. And you can come to a conclusion that might be a little bit different than the person who read them originally. Because the person who read them originally might be pulling them from somewhere else. They might be, echoing a talking point that they heard, because no one ever does that. Ever. They could be doing something. So take the time to analyze. Take the time to go into your freaking Google Analytics and go, this guy's from Poland and he only watched 34 seconds of my video. Take the time to do that, because if you don't do that, someone's going to pull the wool over your eyes. Someone's going to sell you a bridge somewhere. And right now, this is just some useless video on the internet. This is just some old men talking about hate crime statistics, which probably won't have anything to do with the effects of your life and personal life. But let's say you're buying a house. Let's say you're buying a car. Let's say you're going out there and doing something that's going to take a lot of freaking money that you worked your arse for, and putting yourself into a contract. If you don't know how to analyze data and analyze numbers and they're going to throw all this information at you, if you don't know what they're saying to you and you take their word for it, they could be selling you a bridge. And that's no good. You don't want that for yourself. I don't want that for you, Jaden. I don't want that for any person who's commenting on my videos. So at the end of this little monologue of mine, all I can say is this. Do your homework. Do your due diligence. Because at the end of the day, somebody who's crazy into data and just like mining things, like myself, is not going to be able to help you. I'm not going to be able to analyze your situation for you. I'm not going to be able to tell you what's important to you. I'm not going to be able to tell you what your goals are. You know what your goals are. You know what you want in life. You need to figure out the numbers and the statistics and the things in order for you to do it. You need to know how the system works. You need to know how the game that these finance people play is played, or you're going to get played. Because it seems like kind of a weird jump here, but that, I think, that's the biggest thing on my channel. Here's the thing. A lot of people who are following up on the whole Bird Box versus 2 conflict, Dog Patch Press, when they said I was punching, or True Roger Griffin's punching down at Tantrum. He's using the algorithms in order to thumbs down his videos and push him down to the subscriber count. I don't care. I love having low amount of subscribers and people watching my video, because I can see things in data that I wouldn't be able to if I were a larger channel. I can analyze data that and have videos like this about analyzing small little data bits. It's great. I love it. I don't care. Like, I'm the kind of person who you put in a room by himself and you give him some data, I'll paint you a story. And I hope I did that tonight, and I hope that you were entertained. And don't take it too personally, Jaden, if you're watching this. I really enjoyed it as a talking point. I really enjoyed being able to respond to this comment in something that was bigger than just, you're just 2 sheep. No, this is a problem. Like, this is an actual problem, and this is a problem that's led us to our current issue in political discourse, where people will watch one side and not the other side, but yet go to the other side and yell the other side's talking points at them as if they weren't mature enough to watch the video themselves. I watched Bird Box 9. I watched Bird Box 10. And guess what? At the end of my video, I said, To the Ranting Griffin is going to debate himself. And where in Bird Box 9, he's going, you shouldn't be in essence, the summary of Bird Box 9 is, and it's a good message. You shouldn't base your fears on hate crimes because, like, if you're afraid of being killed by a hate crime, then it's like you're not going to live life. And don't let that, it's statistically not significant, the amount of hate crimes, blah, blah, blah. It's a good message to have, I suppose, in that, like, don't fear death, just live your life how you want to live it. That's a fine message to have. But unfortunately, like, To the Ranting Griffin is going through this phase, like in Bird Box 10, where he's like, oh my gosh, there's all this hate group is taking over the furry fandom. And it's like, so which is it? Is hate crime not a significant thing? Is it something that's sort of being overplayed by the left? Or is it something that is legitimately something to be concerned about? Because between the two videos, it's hard to tell which one he's going for. I've got a whole freaking article being written up right now in regards to that. So I'm just gonna leave that be. As far as like freedom of speech and all that stuff, and it's probably going to be the only one I do on it, so I'm kind of trying to make it count, and it's pretty large, so I'm probably going to post it sometime like around the Anthrocon period. It's going to be a pretty long article. I'm going to try and keep it as concise as possible, but there's a lot of ground to cover when we're talking about freedoms of speech and things like that, and the importance of the furry fandom, and the socio-political changes in the furry fandom as of late. I think that it's very important to talk about that in a very candid manner, and not just go and put it on some comment video on his thing. Now, I did have fun in 2's comment section, by the way. I mean, I had some fun, using some sort of self-deprecating humor, because that's the best way about going about these kind of things. So anyways, I'm going to get the hop out of here. Thank you very much for watching tonight. Kick that like, kick the subscribe button, kick a comment in the comment section. But please watch the video first. When you do it, please comment on the thing that we're watching. Don't comment on the thing. At least watch like 10% of the video. At least watch like 2 minutes. Or like 3 minutes, maybe. And then you could say, well, your video sucks and I like 2 better. If you want to do that, that's fine. But at least make an at least make a informed decision. Because if you're not making an informed decision, you're making an ill-informed decision, and that you're ill-informed to make ill-informed decisions. At least do that, okay? All right. That's the thing that you should take away from this video. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble for this. This is not really a professional video, but I didn't have too much to talk about, and I took a nap, and then I woke up at 10 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I gotta make a video because Sunday's about to be over. Professional. Don't do that again. Bad Roo. I'm gonna get the hop out of here and try to be more professional next week. Have a good one.